How do we see color? In light, color is the way that we perceive the reflection of wavelengths. The color freak knows all about this. For this challenge, Swarovski challenged us to create a set of wearable nails for one of the 3 personas that they forecasted for trends upcoming this year. The persona that I was given is the color freak. She's ready to adapt to any trend, occasion, or situation, and she opts for unexpected nail art. So first I started off by mixing together some diluted colors that I was inspired by the Swarovski AB stones. I covered them in black and white tips, and then I used acrylic powder to make them matte and give them a little bit of a velvet texture. Next, I used a metallic gel paint and I hand painted the facets of 10 different crystals by Swarovski. The reason that I used acrylic to make these matte was because I wanted this step to have a little bit of a texture to it. Then here I'm making the nail cuffs. I used a polygel mixture and I went around my fingers while wearing gloves, and layer by layer I made a cuff. I decided to make them all the same shape so that later on when I was adorning them with crystals, I could customize them a little bit differently. Here I'm showing all of the crystals that were provided to us by Swarovski. I used all of these in the project, and then here and there I filled in the spaces with some that I owned previously as well. And to add the crystals, I used hard gel and a no wipe gel top coat, and in between I carried with a little LED flashlight. Now back to the wavelengths. Since the color freak's favorite color hasn't been invented yet, I was inspired by the thought that somewhere out there was this color, but she just didn't know how to find it. So in celebration of that, she just wore all of the colors of the rainbow, which we see in the AB effects with Swarovski. I was particularly inspired by Crystal Dark Rainbow and Crystal AB stones. So she has a light hand and a dark hand, and they both are inspired by that same AB effect. So what I did was try to use as much of the AB as I could, and I filled it in with as many colors as I had that would match, and I think it came together really pretty. Now, since the color freak is a cool girl and she's a trendsetter and she opts for unexpected nail art, I made these cuffs so she could take them off and she was able to adapt to her different trend, occasion, or situation. So if she's invited to a party, she can put those on and be the coolest girl at the party, or if she wants to go swimming or something at the beach, she can take her cuffs off and still have fabulous nails. I put crystal pixie on the back side of the nails because for her, this is her neutral, is something crystally, but nothing too crazy. Now I think we should just all take a minute and go to Crystal Church and just appreciate how shiny it all is. When I was adorning the stones, I made sure that I kept symmetry in mind because I paid attention to the facets in the stones, and I noticed that everything was very symmetrical, and I feel like that's what gives some of its beauty. So I made sure to add the equal amount of stones on either side, and I think that it helps keep this look clean and put together and still wild and out there. And this is Jessica Warziniak saying thank you to Nails Magazine and Swarovski. Okay, bye.